Weekend News at 6.
If you haven't already heard, we've been seeing some showers kind of pop up across the state of Texas, seeing them reach into the Concho Valley. We saw some pretty severe storms actually out towards those northeastern parts, actually moving southeastern. That's where we've seen some hail, some very large hail as associated with these large gusts as well. They're starting to move off towards the southeast, but we're going to continue to see them developing in towards the Concho Valley, still seeing some severe storms out towards those northeastern parts of the Concho Valley. Seeing some of them actually currently reaching in towards San Angelo, though just associated with rain for us as of right now. It's just seeing some of those showers through the Concho Valleys, hopefully going to bring us some plentiful rain as we go into these next several hours. And we're actually all under a severe thunderstorm watch, seeing some of those warnings out towards those eastern parts of the Concho Valley, but most of us just under that watch as we're going to continue to see these showers as we go into these overnight hours, though starting to lessen their severity as we pass 10 p.m. That's when all these watches really do start to expire, and even seeing those wind watches as we look out towards Big Lake. That's when we're kind of seeing those bigger gusts for those areas, though we are still seeing those as we look towards those central parts of the Concho Valley. Actually seeing those temperatures over those last 24 hours, a little bit of a cool night last night, getting into those 50s, and then warming up for our afternoon back in those 80s, a little bit warmer than we did see yesterday. Seeing that afternoon high today almost reached 90, 89 for that afternoon high, a little bit above that average of 83, but those lows last night just a little bit below that average as we saw 50 as compared to that 54. We're going to see a very cool night as we go into tonight, as well as a very drastic drop in those temperatures as we look towards that afternoon high for our afternoon tomorrow. And that current temperature actually right now, as we're still holding on to some of that sunlight and seeing the breaks in those clouds, not completely covered in overcast just yet, still seeing some of the sun through the sky. Current temperature sitting at 66 degrees. Dew point is at 59. That humidity, a little humid out there. Humidity sitting at 78%, and those winds out of the northeast right now, still seeing them start to increase right now in San Angelo at 21 miles per hour. And those current temperatures, you really see that cool air just dragging into the Concho Valley, dropping us to those 60s, still holding on to those 80s for those southern parts that haven't seen these cool air quite reach them yet, but it's going to come into these next couple of hours. They're still going to see that drop as we go into the rest of our night tonight. Actually, that's where we've seen that big drop from what we saw at this time yesterday. We were seeing a warmer afternoon earlier this afternoon, but as we've gone into these evening hours, we've seen a huge drop, seeing that 14-degree drop here in San Angelo, Robert Lee as well, and that's what they're still holding on to some of those warmer temperatures out towards the southwest. Actually seeing those current temperatures across the state of Texas, you really see that cool air pushing in towards the Concho Valley. Those cooler temperatures following, seeing 40s up in Amarillo actually right now, 46 in Amarillo. That's close to where we'll be for our overnight lows. Actually looking at those next 12 hours, we're going to cool down very quickly through these next couple of hours, getting into those 50s and staying there for a while, though continuing to cool down and reaching into those 40s for those overnight lows, a little bit cooler, and could be seeing some cooler spots as well, seeing those showers and storms with that temperature tonight being 48 and that rain chance really continuing through the area. And those winds, again, they're going to start gusting out of the northeast at 20 to 30 miles per hour, and those gusts reaching 40 miles per hour, but associated with these thunderstorms, could be seeing them way stronger as we've actually seen 70-mile-per-hour winds and 60-mile-per-hour winds associated with the storms that we saw out in Brady, as well as those northeastern parts of the Concho Valley. Going into tomorrow, cool and rainy, only getting into the 50s, and that rain chance really continuing through that afternoon. Actually seeing those winds really start to increase as we go into those overnight hours and really continuing. They'll start to decrease for that Sunday. We'll still see them, though. They're out of the east, reaching in towards the south as we get towards that Monday, and those showers really seeing them start to pick up in area as we go into our overnight hours tonight, and they start to be very spotty through that afternoon tomorrow. We're going to continue to see those rain chances all the way through that afternoon for that Sunday, and could be seeing some rain throughout our 7-day as well. Those showers really sticking around for the rest of the week. Warmer temperatures and a cold front next Friday, dropping us back to the 70s.